We are together, and through this, we will survive.
First came the truck, then came the monkey. G1ers screamed in protest. They screamed, truck, not monkey. How about a lion? No, he's too derpy looking, right? How about a freaking woolly mammoth, man? Yeah, a woolly freaking mammoth. Ain't no derpy looking white lion here. We have a mammoth. No truck, no stinking monkey, no stinking derpy lion. Just a mammoth. How goes it, everybody? Today we will be reviewing the Transformers Age of the Primes Big Convoy.
Big Convoy is a character from the Transformers franchise, best known for appearing in the Japanese series Transformers Beast Wars Neo 1999. Calm, wise, and highly honorable. Acts as a mentor and father figure to younger Maximals. Believes in strength through compassion rather than domination. Deeply strategic and experienced in battle. Immense physical strength, especially in mammoth mode. Heavy firepower, including powerful cannons. Exceptional leadership and tactical skills. Respected even by enemies due to his honor. He is essentially the Optimus Prime equivalent of Beast Wars Neo. One of the few Transformers leaders who transforms into an extinct animal. Very popular among fans despite being largely unknown outside Japan.
Let's get it out of the way instantly. Yes, this is not as big as the original, and it just continues the trend of the class sizes getting smaller and being more defined by articulation, etc. Just accept it, guys. He's just not as big as the original. But needless to say, it's still a very good figure. He's still really hefty. He's really chunky. He's just not very tall. I love how they have beautifully painted, in the details here. This guy got a lot of love, a lot of treatment. Look at the gold paint here. Mine's not sloppily applied. The blue has this light metallic coat on it, as well as the red, as you can see right there. There's metallic in it. You don't notice it until you have it in hand. When it's, when you see the product pictures and when you see it in box, it just looks like a plain matte blue and a plain red, and it's not. When you get up close, you do see the metallic shine in there. Of course, you got the gold and everything here. He is beautifully sculpted, and I absolutely love what they did. All the details inside of the kibble is beautifully sculpted. The fur, everything, etc. The detailing right there on the robotic thighs, all of it. This is just so beautiful. This is a beautiful love letter to those of us who love the Beast Wars Neo, Beast Wars 2 stuff, or just the Beast Wars stuff in general. You cannot go wrong with this guy. I'm thoroughly impressed with how good this came out. I'm going to tell you this right now. This guy will be in the top 10 for 2026. We are starting off with a bang here. Okay, for articulation, to start off, he has butterfly joints in his shoulders. He can hold a T-pose, but it's not a very good T-pose. He can't get that full spread up here. Of course, full 360 right there at the shoulder. 360 at the bicep. Bend at the elbow. 360 at the wrist. No ab crunch, but you do get full 360 at the waist. You can Van Dam. You can kick this far up. Kick this far back. 360 at the thigh here. Ankle tilt. Head on a ball joint. You could look up that far, look down that far. Full 360 with the head. And I almost forgot, but yes, of course, he has his knee bend. And that's it for articulation. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the original Big Convoy figure was the first one to feature a matrix chamber that opened. And, of course, this one also has that matrix chamber and that matrix as well. Thanks to his butterfly joints on his shoulders, he can hold his matrix. And here is the matrix up close. It looks beautiful. It's awesome. Big Convoy has the reputation and the nickname of being called the one-man army. So the one-man army should surely have a pretty good weapon layout, right? So let's go ahead and let's see what he's loaded with. Of course, he's rocking his hand rifle, whatever you want to call it, his little white pew pew. And yeah, it is a bit small, especially when you compare the size of it to the original. But that's the story in general with this figure. Here's a close-up of his handgun here with all the details there. And that's about it. He's got missiles on the side of his shins ready to fire at a moment's notice. And they are basically paying tribute to the spring-loaded missiles that the original figure would fire. And of course, like the story, this main story that we have in this review, they are very much smaller than the originals. He has these batons that fold out of his forearms for hand-to-hand combat, so he could club the enemies to death with it. I like to call them hater beaters. It's like something that you pull out on someone that's having road rage, and you got to protect yourself. You just pull it out, and you beat the crap out of them, and you handle business, right? The bottom of the feet of the mammoth, when folded out in bot mode, act as missile launchers or rocket launchers or some type of gun or weapon, whatever you want to call it. It's just a shame that Hasbro didn't paint them. But yes, you have the ability to peg in the tusks at the end of his forearms to give him more hand-to-hand options where he could literally impale or gore an enemy with these bad boys. Of course, he has these rocket launchers or pod launchers sitting right here that he can fire at a moment's notice. And of course, he has his signature big cannon. It is his BFG. It's his big fucking gun. And it is awesome. I believe that not that I believe, if I remember correctly, canonically, he destroyed a planet with this thing. So yeah, this dude legit is a one-man army. Let's take a closer look at the BFG, the big cannon, the big fucking cannon. The big fucking gun, I mean. I'd wonder who'd win, him or Megatronus. Let me know in the comment section. So we know he's not as tall as the original figure, but how tall is he? So let's check him out with the ruler. And I'm getting about right under 6.5 inches tall. Here we have him with the Netflix Primal and the Legacy Leo Prime. And yeah, he's the tallest one, but not by a huge margin. But yeah, that's him with the other two Maximal leaders in their bot modes. And then here he is with the core class Rat Trap and the core class Tasmanian Kid. And I'm too lazy to transform Siege Prime into his bot mode, so I'll use VNR Prime instead. And as you can see, he is taller than Leo Prime and Primal, and obviously taller than the core classes, but he is shorter than VNR Prime, so that means he's shorter than Earthrise Siege Prime, and he's definitely shorter than 86 Prime. You have this joint back here that you go ahead and you take out, and you plug in the big cannon back here if you want him to actually carry it like a big backpack. But yeah, it plugs it in the back, so you can give him this big backpack and display him like this, or however you want. I personally will just be putting the cannon aside when I display him, but do whatever you want to do. It's your figure, right? All right, here we have Big Convoy in his beast mode, the woolly mammoth, and it is beautifully sculpted all throughout. I cannot complain. Yeah, there's a lot of panels, but this character has always been very panel-y. Yeah, there's a bit of kibble back here when you look here, and there's a good amount of kibble down here. But for the most part, he looks great. I mean, considering what we got for whatever budget they had, this is gorgeous. I love this sculpt. Like, they nailed it. This is just cute. It's adorable, of course. I love it. No complaints from me on this. You know, so he is, considering he's a brick, basically, he's very articulated. His ears, of course, you could flap them back. You could flap them forward. The trunk does articulate right here, right here, right here. It's pretty articulate. If you wanted to, I guess you would consider that articulation. You could articulate the horns like that. The front legs do articulate like that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. And his tail does articulate up and down. Like if you want to pretend like he's taking a big massive dump or something. Shoulder to shoulder, he's 3 inches wide, not including his ears. If you include his ears, he's about, just under 5 inches wide if you include his ears. And from his head to his butt, not including his trunk or his tusk, he appears to be 5 inches long. How tall is he in beast mode? Okay, here's the ruler right here. And as you can see, the top of the head is exactly a little bit over 4 inches. So in his beast mode, he is 4 inches tall on all fours. Here we have him with Air Razor, Rat Trap, and Tasmanian Kid. And here we have him with the myth, the legend, Siege Optimus Prime. Here we have him with Leo Prime, aka Leo Convoy, Beast Convoy, or as we know him, Optimus Primal. And he obviously is the biggest and the densest of the modern Maximal leaders that we have gotten so far in Transformers. Final thoughts, my friends. I think that this is a must-have if you are a Beast Wars fan. He is easily the best of the Maximal leaders that we have. He is better than Leo and Beast Convoy, aka Leo Prime, and Optimus Primal. And I'd say he's on par with the Takara anniversary Leo Prime. But this is the better figure than those two. Is he worth the price? Yes, he is worth the leader class price. He just comes with a lot of goodies packed in. They put in a lot of love into the sculpt. There's a fair amount of paint. You know, he has all this weaponry. They didn't skip out on any of that. You know, the only real issue is that he's like an inch too short. And the fact that, you know, none of the gimmicks that were present in the original figure are present now. But, you know, we don't have spring-loaded features anymore. It's just not the way it is now. But with all that being said, I mean, he's highly articulated. Yes, he's panel heavy, but a lot of the Beast Wars figures are. Pick it up. You won't regret it. This guy's a lot better than I thought he was going to be. He's a lot better in hand than when he appears in photos, etc. So I give this guy 2 thumbs up. Easily one of the better figures in all of Age of the Primes. I'm predicting that I'm going to have this guy on my top 10 list by the end of 2026. But anyways, guys, do all the good YouTube stuff. Hit that like button and subscribe. Don't forget to tell a friend. And remember to smile, because the strongest always smile, my friends. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.